Hey guys, so today is Wednesday and I woke up this morning totally sick. I started kind of feeling sick yesterday with like a sore throat, and this morning it was like really sore, and then I've been like coughing. It really hasn't been like super great start to the day. Luckily, like the rest of my body feels like fine. I don't feel like I have any flu-like symptoms. I think it's one of just those obnoxious colds. And ever since Stella has started preschool, like this has become a pretty regular thing where I think she's just bringing home an extra abundance of germs. So I try to make sure that she washes her hands when we first get home from preschool, but I don't know. I mean, she's fine. So it could totally not be from her, but I noticed that ever since she did start preschool in September, that like her and I have definitely gotten sick a lot more frequently than I used to. So anyway, I actually do have a doctor's appointment today, and it's not a like doctor's appointment to like deal with this cold thing. It's just it's actually a dermatologist appointment, and I thought I would tell you guys just a little bit about it. Because I don't know that I'm going to be able to like vlog much else today. I don't really have a whole lot else to talk about, but so this is to go in for a skin cancer screening. I went to my regular physician about a month and a half ago, and you know, she just did like a general physical on me, and one of the things that I had asked her about was like at what age I should start getting like the regular skin cancer screenings. My biological dad actually had melanoma, and I wasn't sure if that was something that is like something that you could potentially genetically like pass down to your children. I don't have any contact with my biological dad, so I don't know all of the circumstances around the melanoma. I do know that he is still alive. I found out because one of my sisters from his second marriage actually sent me a message letting me know that he had melanoma. He was able to kick cancer's ass because that's, I think, just his personality type to eradicate everything around him. Sorry. Clearly, I don't have a great relationship with my biological dad, but anyway, so he's fine now. I'm sure he probably gets very frequent screenings at this point, but I was telling the doctor that, you know, in my early years, I had lots of sunburns as a child. My mom tried her best to like keep the sunscreen on us, but it wasn't quite as much of a focus back in like the early 80s. And then I got to be a teenager, and I was like, no, I would like to be tan, so I'm not putting that on. So I would kind of lie to my mom about putting it on before going to the lake, and I would come home with these horrible sunburns. And then, of course, high school and college, I thought it was a good idea to maintain my tan, and so I would go lay in the tanning beds for like 15-20 minutes at a time, like 4 or 5 times a week. I mean, it really was like excessive and ridiculous, and it didn't make me look any better. Like, that's the part that like I always was like, well, I'm still not tan enough. You know, I think I got to that stage where I was like, you know what, I don't think I'm ever going to be like tan enough. And I was always really lucky because like I would burn a little bit at first, but then I just got this really nice golden tan. Like I have a yellow undertone to my skin, and it tanned really well, and that just kind of kept me going with it. And I felt like maybe I looked just healthier with a tan. You know, all the stuff that goes through your mind when you're a teenager and in your early 20s, and you're like, nothing's ever going to happen to me. So anyway, I did have this realization one day that like this was probably not a good idea, and I stopped tanning. And so ever since then, I've been really vigilant about putting on sunscreen. I mean, I wear like an SPF of at least 20 or 30 on my face and neck every single day. And whenever I'm out like working for any amount of time in the sun, whether it's for like 10 minutes or like 2 hours putting up like arbor decor or something outside at a wedding, like I always make sure that I put on a ton of sunscreen now. I'm certainly hoping that it's not too little too late, But at any rate, when I was talking to my doctor, let's get back to the point here, she mentioned that because my biological dad did have melanoma, that is something that I could be more predisposed to over somebody else who doesn't have like a family history of it. So she was like, I want you to go see a dermatologist right away. And she goes, you're also going to have to start going on a yearly basis. So she set me up with a dermatologist that she really likes. And so I'm going today to have a full screening and background check, and hopefully there's nothing there now, and hopefully there's not necessarily anything that is needing to be watched. I certainly have my fingers crossed. It's something that I have been thinking about for quite a number of years. Like, you know, I'm almost like resigned myself to the fact that probably at some point in my life, because of the damage that I've done to my skin, will have some kind of, you know, like cancerous mole, whether it's like melanoma or like, you know, one of the other types of skin cancers. So there's certainly several different kinds that you can get. So I'm trying to educate myself a little bit more. And I guess what I'm trying to like put out there for you guys is that if you were like me in your early years, teen years, 20s, whenever, or if you're still visiting the tanning beds now, it's a really good idea to go and get like a baseline screening, just to like have a professional look at your skin and see if there's anything that needs to be watched, that needs to be tested, removed, whatever. I feel like with skin cancer, that's something that you don't really want to mess around with. It can be, this is a great preventative measure to potentially like head something off before it becomes a major problem. Melanoma is definitely a very like dangerous type of cancer to have. Once it becomes, you know, in the advanced stages, like the survival rates aren't super great. So that's something that has always scared me. And so moral of the story is I'm going to do something about it. It's something that I'm going to have to maintain now on a yearly basis, is just to like make that appointment every single winter to go in and see the dermatologist and have them tell me if there's anything that I need to get checked out or tested or removed or whatever. So anyway, that's what I'm doing today. I was going to try to record a couple of beauty videos, but it's honestly just not going to happen. So what I might do is just start uploading some beauty videos on the weekends instead of during the week while I'm doing Vlogmas. Vlogmas isn't going to last much longer. I mean, my last one is going to be uploaded on Christmas Day. So, and honestly, I mean, it's frightening, but it's only a couple weeks till Christmas. So I'll still do a couple beauty videos during the week, but I'll save the other ones for the weekend because I feel like it might be a little bit overwhelming with all the stuff that I'm uploading like twice a day. I don't know, it seems like it might be a little bit too much. But anyway, that's my game plan for today. I'm gonna go ahead and just do like a sweep of the house and sort of get some stuff cleaned up, and then I'm dropping Stella off at my sister-in-law's house so she can hang out there while I go to the doctor. I figured like asking a 3, almost 4-year-old to sit through like a 45-minute doctor's appointment where she's not the focus is probably like, I'd be asking for it. So my sister-in-law is going to be able to take her and entertain her for a little bit. So very thankful for that. So anyway, I will definitely check in with you guys after the appointment and let you know how it went. And fingers crossed that everything's okay so far. I mean, I've made it to 37, and I mean, I haven't noticed anything changing on my skin, so we'll see what a professional says though. So yeah, I'll check in with you guys again throughout the day. Bye. Hey guys, it's Melanie. So it's actually the next day now. I didn't feel very good after my doctor's appointment. I just started kind of getting sicker overnight. I'm really not feeling that great today, but I did want to, while everything was fresh in my mind, share with you how the appointment went, you know, what she told me, what they found, and what I need to do going forward. So when I got to my appointment, they did have me disrobe completely. So They gave me a gown to put on. The doctor came in. She asked me a bunch of questions about family history regarding skin cancer. I told her what I knew about my dad. You know, she asked me about the tanning beds, and, you know, I told her how often I went, how long each time, and, you know, she definitely was like, that was not the best thing that you could have done, you know, but she was like, honestly, it's just good that you're staying on top of it at this point going forward. You know, she does say that a lot of people get really scared and they just don't go in because they're nervous about potentially finding something, and she was like, that is the wrong thing to do. The thing about skin cancer is if you are able to catch it in very early stages, like, it's very treatable and the survival rates are good, like very, very good. So she said it was very, very good that I started coming in, and she said in all likelihood I will be coming back every year going forward. Excuse me. So anyway, when she started the actual screening, she basically just started at my scalp. She parted my hair, like, I mean, she spent a good just 5 minutes, like, looking through my hair, looking for moles that are up there or any other kind of, like, skin changes that obviously, like, that is the last place I think where I would notice something unless, like, something was painful. So she said it's helpful if you can get someone to kind of look through your scalp. You know, if you're not going to come back for yearly screenings, have somebody else look through your scalp and see if there's anything that is abnormal or looks funny or doesn't look quite right. She looked at my face, she took my makeup off, she looked in my ears, she looked behind my ears, neck. I mean, literally, like, the whole way down. She, like, looked in between my toes. Very, very thorough. It's definitely, it's very, I mean, I've had a kid, so, like, nothing really, like, makes me uncomfortable anymore, because after you've had a child, like, there's a lot of people, like, up in your business when you are giving birth. But you know, I could see where someone who hadn't, like, experienced that before might be like, this is really invasive, because she's looking everywhere, you guys. But you know, here's the thing, like, the skin cancer can happen anywhere on your body. It can happen in between your toes. It can happen behind your ears. Like, anywhere that you have skin, it can, like, pop up. So she had me flip over. She looked at my back. The whole time she's giving notes to the nurse for my chart. She did find that I have quite a few cherry angiomas. Let me make sure I'm saying that right. Angiomas, yeah, cherry angiomas. And basically, if you have these little, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, my lighting's kind of funky, but they're these little red dots that you can get on your skin after sun exposure. I have lots of them. I only started getting them after my pregnancy with Stella, and she was like, pregnancy can definitely start to bring them on, and now you're just kind of a little bit more prone to them. So if you stay out of the sun, that helps. But they're going to pop up, and eventually they, you know, will go away on their own, and they may come back and they may go away. It's just something, you know, that's just a part of, like, your skin at this point. So in terms of other moles, I do have lots of other moles on my body. However, there was only one that she found that she said could potentially become an issue someday. And it's a very small little, almost like the size of a freckle on my butt, of all places. Excuse me, let me wipe my nose here. On my butt. And when I would tan in the tanning beds, I used to never wear bottoms. And so she was like, people that use the tanning beds, that is definitely a very common place for things to pop up, just because you have, like, such direct contact with those bulbs in that place right there. So anyway, she took a picture of it and she blew it up and she showed it to me, and you could definitely tell that it looked very different from the other moles on my body. I would have never known that that was, like, a potential, like, mole to keep an eye on, because it's really small right now and it's on my butt. you know, like I don't really spend a lot of time looking at my own ass in the mirror, so I would have never noticed it. But it is the type of mole that could eventually evolve and become something, or it could be nothing. So she was like, we don't know. We're just going to have to watch it very closely. She was like, I don't need to do anything about it right now, but you do need to start coming in for yearly screenings, and that's the one that we're going to watch for you. She gave me an after visit summary, and I'm going to try to like cover up my personal information here. So she went ahead and told me exactly what to look for when, you know, I'm looking at this mole. So if it changes in symmetry, so if it becomes asymmetrical, if the border changes, if the color changes, if the diameter changes, or if it just like evolves over time, like into something bigger, she was like, we would absolutely need to take a look at it and do a biopsy and see if there's anything to worry about. But basically she called this the ABCDEs of checking for skin cancer yourself. So you can easily Google this and read up a little bit more about it. Maybe I'll put a link down below for you guys. But anyway, it was very easy. It put my mind at ease, honestly, even though there is something that does need to be watched. At least now I know, because before I had no idea. Like, I had no clue. So now I know that's an area of concern. And, you know, she said probably the best thing to do is just, you know, since I can't easily see it, have Craig take a look at it every month. Craig's pumped. He's like, can we take some pictures of your ass? Like, see if it evolves, because that's one of the things that they actually suggested in here in the summary, is to take pictures of moles that you're concerned about and just kind of look at the progression over the course of time. So I'm going to be taking some pictures of my butt, apparently. But I mean, it's what I have to do. Like, I mean, it's funny, but I mean, at the same time, it's not funny. Like, it sucks that like I have something that I have to watch, but at least it's one thing and not multiple moles that she's concerned about. She did say, she confirmed that I have the sebaceous hyperplasia. Let me make sure I said that right too. It's the clogged oil ducts on my face, and yep, sebaceous hyperplasia. She said they're very treatable. Sorry. I'm so sick, you guys. I probably shouldn't even be putting this up, but she said it's very easily treatable with Retin-A or, you know, a laser. She was like, they're really small though, and honestly, if you're treating them already with a Retin-A type product or any kind of retinol or BHA, she was like, you're going to eventually shrink them over time and they're not going to be a big deal, and you're preventing new ones with the skincare that you're using. So she was like, I don't even think I would really do anything about it. So great doctor, great experience. I'm glad I did it. I really encourage you guys to go and get an initial screening just to see if there's any areas of concern. It's really important to do this because, once again, if you catch skin cancer in the early stages, it's very, very treatable. So just go and do it. Just get a baseline and see where your body is at overall, and then go back. If you can't do it once a year, at least go every 2 to 3 years to get checked. And in the meantime, just make sure that you are looking at everything yourself. If you need help, ask, I don't know, like your mom or your husband, your wife, whatever, to help you look at like your back and, you know, other areas that are not easily visible to you. So skin cancer can be a really scary thing, but it can also be a really preventable thing. She talked a lot about making sure to use an SPF of at least 20 or 30 on your face and neck every single day. The big thing, she said, is putting SPF on your hands and your arms when you're driving, if you're wearing like a short sleeve shirt. You know, she really, really stressed the importance of applying the SPF winter, spring, summer, fall. Like, no matter what the season, you need to be using it consistently. And it can make a huge difference later on down the road, not only with like how your skin ages, but obviously in potentially preventing you from getting skin cancer. So anyway, I'm gonna go. Thank you guys so much for watching. Fair warning, there is not going to be a vlog up for tomorrow for Vlogmas. I need to do Friday favorites and flops, and I think that's like the rest of what I can get out today, and then I'm gonna go back to bed. But so I'll try to make up a Vlogmas somewhere else before Christmas. So thank you guys so much for watching, and if you have any questions, leave them down below, and go get checked because it's really simple and totally painless. So thanks guys, have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.